a model in my early life of, I don't know if my dad would call it minimalism. I think it'd be more anti-consumerism.
Yes.
He was such a great example of anti-consumerism. And when I look back on why was he such a good model, is he had something else to give him purpose, which was art. My dad is an artist, a painter. He paints, his trademark is these huge, like larger than life canvases of figures. Sometimes he does still lives, sometimes abstract.
Wow.
And so all growing up, we had a studio in the backyard, which was an old garage that he turned into an art studio. And I'd go back there and he would just be in there for hours and hours and hours, just like having the time of his life. And when I looked at what was the material that was needed for that, it was $30 in paint, a few canvases that cost $20 or $30 each. For $100, he could buy 100 hours of like the most potent joy and immersion. Yeah. And I could never after seeing that, especially as a young child, believe that, you know, that money, that large amounts of money and large amounts of stuff was needed to create joy. And so I wonder for you all, how creativity plays into this. Is creativity an antidote to consumerism? Like, so another way of thinking of this is sometimes I think people think creativity, they think mess.
Yes.
Because all of our sort of preconceptions and many examples of creativity. Oh no, you need to have, if you're a journalist, just like papers everywhere. If you're an artist, like paint splatters. If you're a musician, like all these random instruments. I guess what I'm trying to ask is that kind of free-form, joyful creativity compatible with minimalism?
The antidote to consumerism is purpose. And when I think about why I used to consume things, in a weird way, it gave me a very short-term purpose, right? Like, I want to get the latest gadget, right? So now I have it in my head. I'm going to get that thing. And then you go buy it, and you have it, and you feel good for a second, and you've completed your goal, you've completed that purpose you laid out. But the joy doesn't last very long. But when your father is constantly creating and serving that purpose of his to create art, like that, to me, it makes sense as to why he was so anti-consumeristic.
I've never thought about it that way. It's true. A product it's like micro-dosing purpose.
Yeah.
You have the intention, oh, I'm going to do that. And then you go to the store. All these things are there to support you in accomplishing your intention. Yeah. There's a nice little pathway, cash register. You have the little bag. And then you get to feel just a tiny little bit of what that feeling is.
Yeah.